Why, hello everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV on PlayFrame and Story Mode and such, and welcome to the camp of this new tribe who we're going to be spending some time with today. Well, not the camp itself, but you know, we're almost there. But first, I have some good news. I have learned a little bit more about how to pronounce Mongolian-derived names, thanks in large part to some very helpful folks posting in the comments on some previous episodes. And I'm going to spend the next few minutes sharing some of the wisdom that they passed on to me for those of you who also are curious about this or want to have an easier time trying to pronounce character names in this region. For the rest of you, as you know, I've always got timestamps on these videos, so feel free to skip ahead if this is not of interest to you. But for those of you who would like some tips on some Mongolian names, MattKun6634 posted a very helpful comment below one of the previous videos that I'm basically going to paraphrase here. If you see an H after a consonant, that indicates that that consonant should be pronounced with aspiration. Think the difference between the T sound in the word tarp and the T sound in the word part. If you put your hand in front of your mouth, you will feel a puff of air for the first one. That is aspiration. In English, initial stop consonants are always aspirated, so if you see something like this word, just pronounce it like the H wasn't there, dole, and you're probably good. If the H occurs in the middle of the word, that's probably going to be a bit trickier because English doesn't usually aspirate those. Now, here is another rule that I already kind of touched upon. If you see a vowel repeated, this is because it is meant to be a long vowel. Like with Japanese, Mongolian has a phonemic distinction between short and long vowels, so ma and ma might be different words. Next rule, medial consonants, or consonants in the middle of a word, are usually unvoiced. So a D might end up sounding a bit more like a T, for instance. Or a G on its own will usually become something closer to an H unless it is accompanied by another consonant, in which case it might be something more like a K. Now, as a general rule, stress in Mongolian words is almost always going to fall on the first syllable unless there is a long vowel or a diphthong somewhere in there. Unstressed short vowels are often basically completely dropped. We kind of touched on this in a previous episode. So if you see a word like this, it's probably going to end up sounding something like Khan. But if it was spelled more like this, the stress would be on the longer syllable, so Kahan. This is why this word ends up sounding something like Utkun. For one thing, the second vowel is dropped, so it's really, the word is more something akin to this. And also, the D and the G end up being unvoiced, so they end up sounding something closer to a T and a K, and there you go, Utkun. Or this word, like we talked about before, is pronounced something more like Nadam. Beyond that, though, Matt suggests that you do not stress how to pronounce individual consonants or diphthongs because all of the words in this game have been transliterated into text so that an English speaker can grok the pronunciations, so you're probably going to be fine if you just go with your gut most of the time. Plus, everything that I have just said, all of these rules really only loosely apply to actual Mongolian. The true phonotactic rules are much more complex and really cannot be condensed into simple rules in a YouTube comment, but still, Matt, thank you so much. That's very, very helpful, especially when paired with what I learned from another website that I'd found that had some phonetic guidelines for Mongolian, and some folks linked me to this one as well, but I'd found it before. It's very helpful. Some of the consonant sounds that you will encounter in words which sound quite different when they are unstressed in Mongolian. The ones that you should probably watch out for. The letter B, when unstressed, will sound something closer to a W sound. So from B to W. We already talked about G. That one ends up sounding something like an H or a K, depending on the context. D, when unstressed, will sound a little bit more like a T. J, when it's found in the middle of a word, will turn into just more of a Y sound, a Y. And W's, interestingly, actually just literally turned into sort of an oo sound. So, I don't know. Here, we will, when we get into this village, when we go say hi to this new tribe, and sorry this took so long, by the way, we will try out some names. I will give it my best shot, and folks in comments, linguists who posted some of that helpful stuff down there, you let me know how close I was and what it probably should actually sound like, based on your best guess. Again, all the people who posted in comments are not actual native Mongolian speakers. They wanted to stress that. They are just linguists who are also curious. But they're more likely to guess correctly than I am. So, I would love to just continue this shared education thing we're all doing. Sorry for going on the ramble. I just found this very interesting, and I'm glad to have learned at least a little bit more. Hi, Gosetsu. We're ready to start the episode now. Sorry. Gosetsu is brimming with indignation. Oh. Forgive me, Derman, but I cannot in good conscience ignore the callous disregard that woman showed for her kinsman. We must seek her out at once. With me. Oh, okay. Yes. Are you okay? Good. Thank you again, but I shall manage on my own. All right, I'll leave you to it. Let's go say hi already. To the Dotharl, or the Dotharli, I guess. So, this name here, I would guess, is something kind of like Dakashi. This one here, closer to a Maral. I'm just so happy to have learned a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit. This is probably just what it looks like, Koko. And this one, I guess something more like Achiyam. Yeah, something like that? Because the G becomes more like an H. The J just sort of becomes like a Y sound. Achiyam. Satu? Satu. Close enough. This is probably like more of like that kind of like throaty kind of, yeah? Something like Korean, maybe? Korean? Nah. I don't know, it's fun to try. But I'm probably making a fool of myself. Let's talk to you.
How he died matters not. Gesa was a great warrior. He will return to us in time.
Not soon enough, Hartoon. The Nardum is nearly upon us. Mayhap we should counsel restraint until after.
I do not understand. If Gesa is dead, how should he return?
Silence! You come to spy on us, knowing naught of our ways.
We know you are fearless, and that you are called the Undying Ones.
That is true. None are braver than the Dotharl, for we do not fear death. With death, a warrior must dance boldly, fearlessly, for thus does his soul burn bright. Then, in death, his soul shines white, exalted. The flesh rots, but the soul endures. And ere the seasons have turned, so he shall return. When he is glimpsed in the eyes of a newborn, he is blessed with the same name, that he may grow into a great warrior once more.
You mean to tell me these newborn babes and fallen warriors are one and the same? Madness!
Your loud voice is not helping us right now, bud.
I gave you leave to observe, not to insult our beliefs. Have care what you say. Otherwise, do as you will.
So, that was embarrassing. How are you feeling? Such contempt as was in their eyes I have never known. But for the soul to live on, as they say, is not something I can so easily accept. Do they truly believe this? All of them? That in death there can be rebirth? Retribution? In any event, we came here in search of information. We cannot leave without speaking with her people. All right. It's not a great first impression we've made, but I will lay on the charm. You, Coco. Tell me of your ways. I know you. Reunion, the travelers with the mall girl. I marked you after I left the Ornir. One's from Doma, others I could not place. My name is Coco. Welcome to Dotharl Ha. Coco sounds to your ear the name of a woman. Well, of course, that would be because it is. I died a woman and was reborn a man. It is of no moment. The soul is the soul, and the flesh the flesh. Perhaps you scoff. Many would. Many look only to the name and the flesh, and let these things dictate their perceptions. Consider Sadhu Hatun. 3 times before she died a man, yet she returns a woman the 4th. Yet she is no less fierce, and any outsider foolish enough to think so will learn the truth to their peril. I sensed that, yes. She seems like she could bring as much peril or as little as she wished at any time. That is to say, then, that death is essentially meaningless. Well, I'm glad you're inquiring further. Having a hard time with it, but genuinely curious. That's better than nothing. The cycle of death and rebirth? It is simply that. Take me. I died in battle with the Hotko. Fiercely did I fight, and so I returned. Alas, we know naught of our past lives. I must learn what it means to be Koyar again and again, and it is difficult to remember everything, but important. I really like this tribe. This tribe's just neat. Just that one aspect of their worldview completely transforms so much else about how one sees the world and interacts and deals with things, and it's just really cool. Impressive, is it not? 'Twas slain by my boy. We were childhood friends, he and I, before he fell and returned, a master of the bow. It's good to see that he retains his skill. It's just neat. So, oh, Gosetsu, right. You're not Gosetsu, I'm just wanting to hear what you have to say. I miss Gesser terribly, but I know I need only be patient. He will return, I'm sure of it. Any further thoughts from you? I gave you leave to come and go as you like, so go. I am going. Sorry about him. He's a bit older, but still curious, if that helps. Hey, good for you. Ah, Derman, you've completed your inquiries? Aye, it is as she said. They believe with every fiber of their being that their bravest warriors will be reborn. As for me, I observed some of their warriors at practice. They are as formidable as the Orenir, perhaps more, and their weapons are their equal as well. Yet, while they do not lack in skill and resources, 'tis plain to see that their numbers are inferior. Somehow I doubt they will be super bothered by it. Good intel, though. Gosetsu has been given much to consider. This has been an educational experience, to say the least. Yet everything we have learned is common knowledge to the people of the steppe. 'Twill not be enough to earn our comrades their freedom. Not less than the Dotharl's plans for the Nodum will suffice, I fear. Well, I've never been one for skulking about. I'll go to Sadhu and see what secrets I can prise from her lips. Good luck. This I must see. Where'd he go? You didn't kill him already, did you? The spies return, and they've learned naught. Mayhaps so, but no longer. Though you hide it well, I know you have devised some manner of cunning stratagem for the Nodum. Out with it, I say. We are what you see, Doman. We are Dotharl. Others rely on tricks and traps, subterfuge, lies. We have need of naught but our own strength. we meet the enemy in battle and kill him. That is why I cared not what you did from the first. There's naught for you to learn. Tell your masters to meet us on the field and make ready to ride with their ancestors.
Your confidence is plain, as is your strength. Yet, you are not the most prosperous of tribes. The Mole you mock are few, but so too are you. Why?
Though a glorious death is to be celebrated, it is yet death. While we kill many, many are killed in turn. In the wake of our battles, the soil drinks deep of the blood of the fallen, their bodies piled high. Not all are born again, only the bravest, yet one cannot return unless there is a vessel to inherit the soul, and if warriors die ere they birth children, then that is that. Even the brave warrior who finds a vessel will for many years remain a shadow of his former self. It falls to his elders to endure until he is ready to accept his responsibilities. Ever will we meet our enemies in battle without fear. Such is our way, even when our numbers dwindle. If we die, so be it, but know that we fight to live, not to die. Dotharl train and make ready for the day, but they do not rush to meet it. Not until we've done our duty.
Sadhu Hatun, Gesser's body has been given to the sands.
Then our part is done. Rest, warrior. The Natum draws near, and you'll need your strength. If you intend to fight in the Natum, you should return to the Mall and make ready. But know that when next we meet, you and yours will die. Or you could fight for us and live. Think on it, travelers.
We shall. But if you would permit me a final question ere we part, where is this place that Gesser has been lain to rest? Though I knew him not, I was there at his end. I wish to say a few words.
Rites for the flesh. I've heard of this. Madness, I say, for his body is of the earth now. He'll not hear you. But you may speak to the sands, if that is your will. They lie to the west. Make haste, for the Gaetan may already have caught his scent.
My apologies, German. This will take but a moment.
Well, I'm not going to stay around here. Our spying's already done. Thank you for letting us visit and spy. You've been a lovely host. Gosetsu, wait up! Gosetsu? Are you here near this wind ether current thing? Because I need it. And if not, I'm just gonna grab this. Where are you? Oh, you're over here. Okay. Or a fight's over here, and I assume you're near the fight. Buddy? Oh, these are Geddons. I see. Corpse dealers. Can't have that. Come on, you three. Let's go. Come on. Clear out. Okay. Well, let us pay respects. Extremely glowy respects.
Left for the vultures. It seems an insult to the man. But the soul lives on, they say. These bodies, no more than empty husks, returning to the earth. Seen through those eyes, I suppose the sight is almost comforting. Pardon me? When first I heard the tales, I could not help but scoff. Another queer tribe, I thought, with still queerer customs. Yet having borne witness to their rites, I cannot deny there is a certain logic to it all. A samurai will die for his lord without hesitation or regret. But this is not because he delights in such sacrifice. It is because he has faith that his death will serve a higher purpose. There is an awakening in that instant. When the heart sings, and the blood burns, and his soul finds peace. There is comfort in that. Nay, we dare not permit ourselves that luxury, my friend, tempting though it may be. Not while our loved ones yet remain in chains.
Good for you, bud. Well then, we must all be on our way. Even Gesser. Let us return to the Dawn Throne and pray that our tale's enough to satisfy our most radiant taskmaster. Well, I certainly hope so. Because, yeah, we're not really giving him anything useful. Meanwhile, deep within the Dawn Throne.
Well, if there is a way out, I can't see it. Shame we didn't learn much before they locked us up.
'Tis little wonder the Orinir won the last Nardum. These people leave naught to chance.
Hien, I've had something on my mind for a while, and now... In Alamigo, where I was born, I found it strange that for all the people who supported the Resistance, there were just as many who didn't. But then we came to this part of the world and met with the Confederacy and lots of ordinary domans, and almost every single one of them seemed content to just put up with things, no matter how bad they got. They all had their reasons, of course, and it's not like I don't understand them, but the thought of it made me so angry. After everything they'd been through, everything the Empire had done to them, how could they not rise up? How could they not fight back?
People are pragmatic creatures at heart. They hold on to hope only until they taste true hardship. Then comes fear and regret. Safer not to dream, they conclude at last. For even should a day go by without some new disappointment, the next will only bring more of the same. And so they choose the more sensible option. They learn to abide the indignities and injustices, the pain and the shame, to accept them as normal. Such is the lot of most men, one cannot expect to spur them to action at a moment's notice. But if one who has known their pain can convince them to strive for something greater and rekindle the fire in their hearts, then they will remember what they have lost, and they will rise.
I had someone like that once. I didn't know who I was or who I wanted to be, and he risked his life to show me the way.
Then honor him by doing the same for others with all your might and main. You know, when my homeland fell 25 years past, I was still in my mother's womb. Never have I known a free Doma. But my father did, as did many of my fallen comrades, as do many of my people now. It may be no more than a dream to me, but if I do not chase it, then who will?
The way you carry it all, you're just the same.
As you?
Oh, no, not me. Definitely not me. I meant the warrior of light. Out there, somewhere. Doing what needs to be done. I won't have you put me to shame any longer. I'm going to seize the future I want, with my own two hands.
Oh, look at us inspiring people in our tiny way. So, ready to go back? Kosetsu has seen enough of Dotharl.
You're ready to depart, I trust. Good, then let us away.
Yep, back we go. And here we are again, at the Dawn Throne. Not really sure how this lack of information, or lack of useful information, rather, that we have is going to be received.
We can but tell Magni the truth, and if our most radiant brother is unsatisfied, it will be my pleasure to put an end to this charade.
Well, not really sure how that would go, either. Let's try plan A first.
All that you have seen and heard, your knowledge, I would have it. No secret stratagems, you say? That is well. I expected as much. The Dotharl are not schemers. They live only for war, for the contest of strength and will. They are fierce, aye, and to face one is to court death. Meet us on the field and make ready to ride with your ancestors. Such were the words of their Hatun, Sadu.
Speak not that devil's name in the presence of the most radiant.
You bade us to tell you of the Dotharl, yet you will not hear the name of their leader?
After the last Nodum, she gave great offense. The most radiant brother called to him the women of the steppe, that he might look into their eyes and see if Nama looked back. But that Getten, that feral Utkun, she spat curses and called forth flames. She scorched the soil and refused to present herself. 3 days and nights we had fought to claim the Dawn Throne, and still she shows Brother Magni such disrespect, such defiance. By rights she should pay with her life. Speak not another word, Batu, or you will pay with yours.
Her words are air, as the Domans say. However, they are proof of your service to the sun. Go and fetch the others from their cells. My lord, Lys, you are unharmed? Thanks to you and Derman. We are free to return to Mol Ilo, I take it? By your deeds have you proven yourselves to be warriors brave and true. You may return to the Mol and make ready for the Nodum, on one condition. To fight in the Nodum is to be bound by it. Swear, here and now, to abide by the law of the steppe. To accept the supreme authority of the Khan, whomsoever it may be. We swear. Oh, look at that. Free to go. Are you two catching up? Let us not be too quick to count our blessings. We must still win the Nodum. That's true, the hard part actually is still ahead. In a way, being forced to stay behind may actually have been a good thing. I had a lot of time to think, and usually I don't. I'm glad you got in some good thinking time. And chatting time. Well done, my friends. I knew you would not fail. I should be glad to hear of your experiences with the Dotharl, but as time is of the essence, let us converse en route. Come, come. Cyrena and the others are waiting. Yeah, let's head back. If the Nodum's tomorrow, we've not got a lot of time to make ready. Oh, the Mole. We return. Triumphant, eventually. Yeah, that's right. Y'all haven't, actually seen us since we went out to do the whole Bardam's Medal thing. Well, that went well, and then the rest went okay. We're still alive, and we learned a little bit, so it averaged out to okay. It's almost time for the Nodum. I'm so excited. Me too, actually. Lots of build-up to this. There is a tension in the air, an awareness of the coming storm. A nervousness, aye, but a confidence as well. Faith, perchance. Though our journey home was rather more roundabout than I had anticipated, it was also more educational. I think it's safe to say we are better prepared for the experience. You know, I think we are. Today's enemies are tomorrow's allies. Remember this. Thank the gods you are all right. When you failed to return, I feared the worst. But here you are, hale and whole, and you survived Bardam's Medal. Blessed are we to have you as allies. With your strength, we may have a chance. We might just. Though I think we're going to... How's this? No, probably not. Though I think we're going to have to find out tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Friday. You know what I mean. Next episode. Because the Nodum's probably going to be a whole thing. So, until then, I hope all of you have yourselves a lovely day, and I will see you on Friday for the Nodum, probably. Take care until then, and good... No, that's a thumbs up. That's not really what I meant to... And goodbye!